waste. So looking at the DXY, I think it's still the same thing that I've been telling you guys about. But by the last time that we spoke, the last time that we did a session, we did talk about the DXY, that we are still bullish on the DXY. And one of the major targets that I'm looking at on the DXY, besides that one, obviously that one is the major one for the year. Currently, we are still yet to break here. So for the dollar index, I'm still expecting a bullish, bullish push on the dollar index. Still the same bullish push that I'm selecting. That's why I remember the last time I showed you that even here, this is all a buying range where I'm actually anticipating the market to close above like that. So knowing that on the DXY we are bullish like that, even if you go to the weekly, this is the monthly, but even if you go to the weekly, same thing, same details, same thing. If you want to include whatever change of character there, then that one will be your breakout structure to the upside. So the DXY, it is still bullish. I've seen some people drawing some bearish. I don't know where they're getting all those bearish setups on the DXY. I wonder, but it's very important to pay attention to especially to these sessions, so that there are certain mistakes that people make analysis wise out of ignorance mostly. Personally, I call it out of ignorance because if ever we discuss something like that, then you make a mistake after we've discussed something like that, it means somehow you are the one with the problem. So in this case, we have literally shifted bullish. Even here, I like the whole situation that happened here. Tomorrow, which is the 24th, we're going to start a masterclass, as I said, the June masterclass. Uh, there are things like what happened here that I'm going to explain, whereby once you identify your ranges, whether you're buying ranges, you're selling ranges, whatever, there is always uh a certain process that happens within there that will also help you to know when it's now time to jump in, even within the whole buying range. So yeah, they are still bullish. They are still strongly bullish. I like even the fact that they even closed above this level. So looking at the current week that we're entering, I'm just expecting a continuation, a bullish continuation on the DXY. I don't even need to waste time going to the daily, whatever. This is still a bullish range here. They've tapped most of the levels here, so no need to. So DXY, we are bullish next week, which is this week that we are starting actually in a few hours from now. I'm expecting that weekly candle basically to close above there. Then maybe the following week, maybe which is going to be next week, which is that one, which is I think next week also we have NFP, if I'm correct. Next week, not this one. Next week also I think we also have NFP. So even our NFP, even how we're going to trade it, we're going to trade it in this same idea whereby we are still having the same bullish bias on the DXY. So no need to waste time going to the daily, whatever. Right. So going to one of my pairs, or let me start with the ones with okay, like that. Right. So if you look at gold, we did speak about gold the last time that we did speak. We did speak about gold. Gold, no need to waste time analyzing whatever is here. We can all see that we broke major structure here. That one is something that is visible to everyone. Even a blind man can see that we broke structure there. So here, the most important level on gold currently on the monthly, the most important level lately on the monthly that they have to break below in order to sell is this one, right? This is the level that they have to break below on the monthly in order for them to sell, right? So I'll just put the line like that. So if they do break that level, potentially we can have a pullback either to one of these levels. I have that as my first level, that demand right there. Then if they do manage to proceed, so once they break below there, you know that potentially they can just do something like this, something like this, something like this, then boom. Of which is also sort of like in alignment with the same idea of the DXY that I've been talking about, whereby I told you guys that the DXY, the way it's looking, it's actually looking bullish for the rest of the year. We have almost 6 months left and it's still looking bullish. We can't even change that idea up until there is any change to structure. The structure is still bullish. You can't even. So yeah, gold potentially we can have a slight pullback. We can have a slight pullback and go. So there, that's the monthly level that I just want to be broken. But now we won't wait for that. That's just a level that you can draw like that and leave it. So on the weekly now, on the weekly as well, on the weekly, just to add more structure to the whole entire setup, right? You can even add this internal structure whereby here we broke structure right here. So that can just be internal structure that you can utilize for the overall movement that will happen on gold, right? Whereby so now it means you can even have another demand right here, slight here, within that overall internal structure, right? So if they do now break those ones, then that's when you know that they will be coming for that one. But so far, you'll just be having this slight one. So yeah, you can even refine this to that, just like this. So yeah, I'm even preparing you for the rest of the year. I don't just, most of my analysis, if you check, I don't only prepare you for the week or for the day or whatever. It's even beyond. So yeah, this is a monthly level. I'll just leave it like that. Right. So on the weekly, same thing, also similar on the weekly, whereby that was a high, that's a low, that's our new high is there. So still also the same level. This is potentially a level that they have to take out. But on the weekly now, we also have an advantage because here, upon doing this, they came down, created this lower high, broke it up. So, but when they broke it up, we actually expecting them to break structure up there, which they didn't. Remember, there are two kinds of change of characters. Most people they only know one whereby we have to break structure up, then we come and change. There's also another one whereby the market can actually turn before even breaking the structure up. So potentially you can actually have that one here on gold. So this one can be our potential change of character right there on gold. So going to the daily on that same zone is the same idea, similar idea whereby we had a structure shift to the left here. Okay, that structure shift is literally made this a higher high, and we shifted again up here like this. I can just put it here like this. We shifted up there. That's now a higher low. So just to mark there for the sake of other people. Personally, I don't necessarily need to mark like this, but just to mark. So that's a higher high, higher low. Then here we now have a what? Those are sort of like equal highs, right? Of which they've also swept some liquidity there, which is good because you know that if they are going to change character, they've actually swept some liquidity up there to facilitate all that they'll be wanting to perform. So gold is literally still doing the same thing that I spoke about last time. If you paid attention to what I spoke about last time on gold, I did say gold were still in a selling range on the daily time frame. That's the first point that I mentioned. Then the second point on gold was you just need to wait for the market to come to a certain level. And I think I also drew the level. So here, this level down to here, I said that's a selling range. That was my first point. So even after I said that, there was a level. In this case, you can see on the daily, you can even mark that there is this supply area there that they needed to touch, right? So already we have a supply area that the market just needed to pull, of which they've done that. And also on top of doing that, they've also now sort of like took out this previous low, which is good because now we know that potentially for this whole week that we're entering, we can just have beautiful sales on gold, sell, up until even we change this character and come even below some of these levels here. This is a monthly level, remember. So gold, I'm looking at a serious potential bearish momentum currently lately due to the current market structure that we're having here. So from there, I might just need to go to the 8 hour time frame. You can literally see that we tapped the supply area there. That was the supply area. So if just someone wants to add more structure or whatever to the left side there, you can just see that that was a break of structure there, right? A small break of structure like that. Then they just did a pullback. After the pullback, they shifted structure up there. So yeah, as they were going up, they were strongly bullish. Even the buys, I even gave a buy signal in the VIP group. The buy signal was given, I think it was around where was it? I think around these levels. And the TP it was up there. The TP was up there. Most people they actually managed to hold. And because remember, as it was moving, I think around somewhere there, we were just shifting our stop loss high and high and high and high, boom, boom, up until almost TP was it was hit like that. So that was how simple that whole formation was. a very, very simple trade setup that I explained back to back. So now I'm even explaining it back to back again. Now we have turned bearish. Here we are still bullish here. Those in the class, those that are also coming to the masterclass tomorrow, you also get to understand most of these things deeper. In as much as last time, the last masterclass of May, I did try to give you an idea, but this time we're going to go deeper. So from where we are, there's this level that they left there. Potentially, they can also pull back there. In as much as here we've shifted down, which is good. There's nothing wrong with shifting down. We've shifted down. We can potentially have a pullback here. Having a pullback there, it won't change this downward structure because remember, the good part here is that if this next 8 hour candle, if it opens like this, comes here, ta ta like this market is still bearish. This market is still bearish. Here, we just took out those previous lows, blah, blah. So our new low is this one. Our high is still lower. So this is the major move that I'm expecting on gold for this week. Pay attention to this. Pay strong attention to this. So here, you don't need to chase even the pullback buys. So, some people they are so hard to enter the markets when they say that they want to partake in every. You don't necessarily need to do that. Whereby if you want, it's not necessary. But let's say gold, that's your only pair that you trade. I can understand you if you're doing like that. But it might not be necessary for even for some people like us who wanted to catch all those buys to the upside from down here all the way to up there. We made profit. So now we're just waiting. We can even wait for this is the main signal that I will give for gold this week. I'll just give the sell. I won't give the counter buy. I'll just leave the counter buy. Those who take the counter buy, very it's also okay, nothing wrong with that. So gold, this is my main setup. I don't need to waste time going down to lower time frames. This is the main analysis. So the next 8 hour candle, which is going to load here, I'm expecting to open, do bullish nicely. So on the lower time frames over, it will actually also give you that bullish shift to the upside to facilitate that pullback, blah blah. Once they come there, then boom. So gold, that's it for this coming week on gold. Let's see US 30. US 30, it's also still doing the same thing that we spoke about the last time that we did speak. The last time that we did talk, it's also having a similar, as I said, if you remember my words last time. In as much as on the monthly, we have done something that is so good. On the monthly, we have a possible downward shift to the downside, which is good, right? On the monthly there, which is good. So now all that the lower time frames will just do is just to align themselves to that idea and also align themselves to that overall monthly bias that is already confirmed. So potentially US data, I'm expecting it to pull back here for the rest of the year. So right here, around those levels. Remember, there are also elections in in United States this year. I don't know when exactly they are starting, or if they started already. I don't know. But the elections, and most of the times when the elections like that, and fundamentally, those things they do happen. Those things they do. July, wonderful, wonderful July. So elections are in July. So whatever is going to happen, we don't know, and we don't. That's not our issue, but it can also have an impact on whatever will be happening here. But whatever will be happening, it will never be against our institutional technicals. Our institutional technicals will always be obeyed, even on news events. That's why you see, even on every news event that you've ever seen, I've always told you this, that the market will always respect the technicals, whether you have whatever kind of news event. So yeah, we've shifted down, went back up here, they didn't break, which is good, right? So now we now anticipate them to come and take out this level, right? That's the anticipation now on USD to come and take out this level. Then once they manage to do that, then it's just a bearish market continuation, just like that to the downside. Nasdaq will actually realign itself possibly to the same idea because I feel like currently USD might actually be ahead of Nasdaq in the selling idea. If ever it's literally going to sell like as we're anticipating, it will literally be ahead compared to the Nasdaq. Sound is bad coming from you, my king. Is my sound bad? Is my
No,
sound bad? What's happening?
No, it's good. It's good, Mr. Mark. It's good.
So what is this one saying? You guys, what
I hear you quite well too. So
what gadgets are
maybe.
people
Yeah,
using?
sound is good on my side as well, my king.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So here we shifted down here, came back up. If ever we're going to break there to maintain, of which they didn't, they shifted down here. So this is a good sign that indeed yesterday is going to sell. And I like this pullback because it has literally pulled back. It's actually coming back potentially into this supply area. So coming into that supply area, potentially it can literally just drop. So the next week, is it the weekly? Am I on the weekly here? Yeah, I'm on the weekly. Okay. Right. So potentially the next week can just push, then reject that zone. Something like this. This is what I'm looking at, right? Based on this current idea that has happened there, right? Based on whatever that has happened there. This is one of the ideas that I'm looking at on US 30. Try to remove and reinsert your sound jack. You guys, you can't hear me. Come on. Come
No,
on.
I hear you. I was telling Mazibu to do that, to try and
Okay,
work
okay,
on
okay.
the subject.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. Right, so this is our weekly shift to the downside, and this is now our pullback. And the pullback, I did explain the last time that that pullback, it was actually visible, like from here, from this whole zone here. That was a very visible pullback to the upside. Potentially, it can pull back all the way to that level up there. That one, once you get there, we just need some shift to the downside, then we strike. The only important thing after withdrawal levels like that is to wait for that market to give us a shift. Most of you, after withdrawal levels like that, you become reckless whereby once the market just taps the zone, you are jumping in, which there are moments like those whereby all the confirmations they are so good and everything you can do that, but that downside shift is very important. It will actually minimize drawdown and things like that. So yeah, I like they shifted there, came back for a pullback, they broke structure up there again, of which there were actually buys available on US 30. If you look at it nicely, there were buys from here that was so much available that one could have even protected on. So from here, there were actually buys available. So that's no longer the issue. Now it can even come back there. It can potentially come there because they are still considering this as one level. This is one. They look at this as one main candle, right? So even after we break like that, this pullback, they can even pull back within here. So potentially, I'm looking at mainly two levels, but my main level is this one. There's also this one, but that one, I US election 5 November 2024. Wonderful. You see now. So there's still a lot of time. And during that entire time from July, from now up until that November, whereby the elections will be, the markets they won't be. That's why even the bearish momentum on these talks, Nasdaq, US 30 is still there. It's still there. I see some people still saying, "Hey, we're still buying, we're still buying, we're still buying." Yes, but some people they talk from a lack of understanding, which is not a problem. Which is not we can't blame them for that. But at the end of the day, some of us we can see most of these moves before they happen. Like so, US 30 potentially. I'm looking forward to those levels. For a pullback, if ever you're going to buy. Let me put this nicely. That was the break. Which one is the break here? Let me put it. It was actually here. This was a very simple structure because um almost it actually came to the extreme of the what you call this, to the extreme of the level. When the market comes to the extreme of a zone like here, that was the break of structure. Then they came all the way to the extreme, which was literally on the higher low, like here. Those are where you can even get those crazy entries that you guys like doing. Those are some of the zones that you can literally do all of that. So as I said here, I still have two main zones, this one and this one, of which potentially they'll come here. Potentially, most probably they'll come to the one which is below there. So these are the two levels that I'm looking forward to buy US30. So US30 as well, I can actually potentially give a buy in the VIP signals group because for this current moment, we are bullish, right? So I'm potentially going to give a buy. So here, there was a higher high, higher low, higher high, then potentially around here or here, we're going to do something like this. Then we bounce to the upside. So this is my current expectation on US30. No need to complicate things. That is, so other people who use trend lines, whatever. I don't know how they are going to draw their trend lines, of which some of them, I believe, already here this side, they are already saying, no, we're now down, we're now blah, blah, we're now in a major downtrend, etc., 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 which is not a problem, right? It's not a problem. It's not even a problem. It's not even a problem. The only thing is, there are so many disadvantages to just knowing trend lines. So many disadvantages. So we don't need to necessarily talk about that now. It's a topic for another day, if ever we get the time to really share about it. But you can literally see, even if you add a trend line like that, it's still almost saying the same thing. So yeah, even if you pull back, blah, blah, like that. So that's my main move on US30. Once you tap these two levels, especially this one, we just need that upside shift. The upside shift, many people they're always asking, upside shift, upside shift. What do you mean upside shift? I mean exactly that. When I say upside shift, I mean exactly that. If you look at this one, they tap this extreme level. Okay, even here, this is the upside shift. That was a lower high, lower low, lower high. So they actually shifted here first. They took it out, then came for a pullback, then that was the shift there. So here, even here on this zone, the shift in this case, looking at the 2-hour time frame, it was literally around here, like this. So that shift there, they made a new high, came back here. So there you could have struck your buys even here. Right, striking your buys there, you could have put your stop loss just below here, which is this low here, below this low here, just like that, so that you're not swept out. Then if you follow, they're just respecting bullish order flow, etc., etc. But it was it wasn't a complicated move per se. So now we're just expecting a minor pullback into those two levels. So this one or this one, mainly this one. Then we strike again. This is just a I like the way it's doing. It's so clear and clean. It's not even complicated. It's so clear and clean. So that's the bias for US30 for this week. Let's look at what? Let's look at GBP and Euro USD. Those ones, they almost move simultaneously in a similar way. Almost. So GBP, I think I've also spoken about it, that we're on a very crucial zone, looking even from the monthly time frame, right? And our major target down is here, right? Of which currently is here. Which on the monthly we shifted here, then we gave this pullback, but that pullback is just coming within a selling range. Those are some things that I'll explain deeper in the masterclass that we're having. So they're just all playing within it. This is entirely a selling range according to institutions, that whole zone. So when they're in a selling range like that, all they do, even after they pull back like that, all they do is just wait for that. Here they did shift downward. I think it shifted downwardly there. So once they shift downwardly there, it means now we're just focusing on this as mainly our selling level there. So from there, GU is strongly selling, which is almost the same, which is actually confluencing with our idea of the DXY, the idea of the DXY that we spoke, whereby I say the DXY were strongly bullish. So GU and EU, those ones, you can even hold them for a very, very, very long time. GBP and Euro USD. All you just do, you just wait for them to break certain zones. Once they break those certain zones, then you just shift your stop loss, lock profits, whatever, as they will be going down. But they are very strongly bearish, very, very, very strongly bearish. So our current main internal target is this one, of which now here I like we shifted down, off as campaign, pull back. Then here I like what we have done actually also here on the weekly. We have literally taken out that previous weekly low, which is a good sign, very good sign that now Up here, if you notice, there's nothing else left there, even from the weekly. They've wiped all the liquidity, blah, blah. If you check also, if you remember my last session that we did, I think I drew a certain zone whereby I told you most retail traders, when they see that zone, they are going to sell. Then the market is going to sweep them out. And as they are swept out, they are going to do the opposite. So I think it was something like that. Let me see. I think it was something like this. I think it was this one. If I'm not mistaken, I think, which one was it? Somewhere around, I don't know, somewhere around here. Right. Somewhere around here whereby retail traders will do, hey, key level, key level. Then once they tap the key level, then they will sell. Then once they break above the key level, they will buy. So that's the manipulation that they actually went under and that they actually went through there on that zone. So yeah, we have literally shifted down here even on the daily. So now there's literally nothing much up there to tap. Here we have tapped this supply area, unless there's another hidden supply area up there on lower time frames. But on the daily, looking at the daily, we've literally shifted here, of which now looking at order flow and stuff, we can just pull back, maybe slightly pull back into this one, then continue selling, right? So GU, I'm strongly going to give sales this week. Swing sales, actually, we're going to hold them. Major TP1, major TP2 here. And the major TP3 is literally somewhere around here, maybe this low. That one is the final offers of the year, but it won't just go there in a straight line, remember. But so far for this week, we are basically looking forward for major swing sales. That's our major supply. They literally tapped it here. They changed, they came back, they touched it, then they dropped. So you see now. So there's nothing literally that I can say, that point or that point or that point. So GU, potentially we will get ourselves around, maybe around here. Around here. If they decide to stretch inside, maybe they can stretch inside here. Right? So GU, that's where we are going to take our sell trades from for this week. So EU as well, it's almost the same similar idea on Euro USD, whereby if you go to the daily or the weekly first, we are still targeting the same level, almost similar to the GU level, whereby we changed character there. Now we are coming for this level, of which here we shifted down here. We came back for a pullback, then we realigned here. So EU as well, we have swing sales also that are available there. There's a break. So if you decide to mark some structure legs there, that's a level, 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 and this is now a level like that. Right. So here, that's where structure shift happened here. This was a higher low, higher high. They came back, they didn't take it out. They created another level. Then potentially the main shift here was literally around here, the downside. So we still have, let me see if ever there's a main level here that we have. Let me go back to the weekly. So on the weekly, if ever we shift something like here, the whole zone from where we started there up until that new level, it will still be a selling range. So even if they pull back all the way up there, we still have that whole level or that whole range. It's still a major selling range. So yeah, potentially if this daily candle opens bullish, that will also be a good opportunity, also a very good opportunity also for us to have. So that level, if they don't tap there, it's also still okay. It's not even a problem, right? It's not even a problem if they don't come there, because of this new structure that I have, that is sort of like blocking that for the market to go up there. So yeah, if they're going to pull back here, we just need to identify where exactly. So sometimes in moments like this, they can just come and sweep this level. They can just come and sweep close below, then they go. if ever they have a level like this, these are crazy scenarios. Like if they have if they have a scenario like this, of which on the this is 8 hour, right? On the 8 hour, they've literally shifted bullish here. They turned bullish there, then they came back here. Okay, so now if they do this again, if they close above here, they're going to buy. They can even buy, tap that level, close below, then go down. So still also is also a sell idea that is also there on Euro USD. So currently, if ever they're going to buy from there, we don't expect them to close below this level. So up there, I can also draw another supply area here. That one is also good because it's within, but I feel like, yeah, let me see. Did they touch or they didn't touch? This one is also a very good one because they didn't touch it. So even if they don't tap here, it's not even a problem, that one. Not even a problem. So because here, we shifted here, then we broke here like that. So them breaking there. If ever they'd not broken here, they would have potentially tapped that level up there. But that's not a problem because here they've tapped the whole fair value gap area, which is literally around here. So it's also not a problem. So now we have this, then potentially this, then we come somewhere around here. That's where we can potentially take ourselves. You see someone selling down here. It's not it's not logical because number one, you're selling on on an institutional decision making zone. They are trying to make a decision there. The only time you can sell is if ever they decide to, even if they break below, they might come even for this supply area there before they drop. So many people, they are misinformed. They've been taught lies whereby once you break a key level, here you strike. Those are not really logical ideas. Ideas that are still yet to be perfected. Ideas that are still yet to be perfected. So that's where we will potentially take our swing sales from on US Euro USD, I mean. So last but not least, Nasdaq. Remember after this session, we're going to have another, what do you call this? Synthetic indices session. So you get another link, obviously, for the synthetic indices. And I'm just going to focus on mainly the ones where I'm seeing the most opportunities. So there was a major break. Looking at the monthly, let me go to the monthly a bit on Nasdaq. So monthly on Nasdaq, we've reached almost, I like the fact that we've hit a main constant number, 20,000. So hitting 20,000, it's actually a good price to start reversing from. Hitting 20,000 like what it has done there. So it's a good number for us to start having our reversals. It's a very good number. So yeah, even if you add Fibonacci, I feel like, let me see. If I add Fibonacci, what Fibonacci level is that? That's potentially negative 27. You see, negative 27. So negative 27 will possibly, we most of the times we have our pullbacks from those levels because that's a major Fibonacci that you're looking at. So here we can even pull back to this level and also this level before the overall bullish push or bullish continuation. So looking at the monthly, one of the monthly levels maybe that we're looking at is maybe this. I can say that is a mainly level that we're looking to break. So that would just be, I can even refine it to this. That would just be a level that even once you manage to take your sales nicely from up there, you can even hold up until that level is broken, so long structure is still permitting to hold. So yeah, that was a break of structure. They kept on being bullish, being bullish, being bullish, being bullish, being bullish. And here also on the weekly, you also need to mark this one also as a level that must be closed below also. So they have some levels to still break on the higher time frame. So it means for this week, we can just be potentially playing on the lower time frame daily, lower time frames 4 hour, whatever, lower time frames day 1 hour, and lower time frames actually, your 15-minute, 30-minute. We just go there obviously for mainly the entries that will be aligned with that entire analysis that you'll be having. So here I'll just leave this level like this, since that's a weekly level like that. So on the daily, let me see. On the daily, I just want to see if ever we really shifted here to the downside. So here we did we break here? We sort of like broke. So if we broke there, let me see properly here. Did we break here? We didn't fully break. We didn't break there. So if we didn't break there, we need to break there in order for us to confirm those cells. So potentially Nasdaq, we can have something like this, come back to that supply area, then maybe something like this. But once the structure really starts to form, I will also update you on that as well. So Nasdaq is just a matter of this on the daily. This is just what I want to see. Once this happens, means potentially that our sales can actually potentially begin, because even on the weekly, if you check, they've just been, this was just a maintaining of bullish. So once they do that, potentially on the daily, that will be the beginning of some sales to the downside on the Nasdaq. So that's it for the currency side of things. In the group there, I'm going to send a link for the synthetic pairs just now in less than 5 minutes or so. So stay up to date. We are going to connect. I have some beautiful setups that I've been having there on synthetic pairs that you just need to be aware of. So see you there in less than 5 to 10 minutes from now.
Hey, Maggie.